Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the channel, The Shotgun Shogun, and this video is going to cover Sinful Angelica, who she pairs well with, what I think of her, what her skills are, how you should gear her, and the real question, should you pull for Sinful Angelica? Sinful Angelica is going to be the new 4-star Dark Soul Weaver up in the Mystics alongside of Spectre Tenebria, which is a must pull anyways, but this is a character that I feel is going to shake up the meta a little bit, and I think that it'll be interesting to see how she works out. But first, let's take a look at her skills. We're going to take a look at her S1 here. Debilitating Strike attacks with the staff with a 65% chance to decrease attack for 1 turn. When the caster is immortal, this is going to trigger a dual attack from the ally with the highest attack. Now, one of the things when it comes to triggering a dual attack from the highest attack, basically you could just assume that, well, her attack is that. So it's similar to a Lilius, Kitty Clarissa, Tamarin, things like that, where you don't have to build her with a lot of damage in order to make her do damage, because you are going to be getting that double attack. Now, it does have up to a 75% chance, I believe, 75% chance to decrease attack. And one thing is, I feel a lot of people just kind of overlook decreased attack, because that's going to cut 50% of your attack. That means that whoever's hitting you is going to, if you got defense up and decreased attack on them, they're just hitting like a wet noodle. This is going to be really, really good here. Now, I don't think that you're really ever going to use her soul burn here. There might be some situation down the road somewhere where you need 100% chance to decrease the attack of the target for 2 turns. We'll see. I feel like your souls could be well used elsewhere. So second one, Soul Harvest. When the caster is immortal, enemies cannot be revived, and all allies recover health every time an enemy dies. Amount recovered increases proportional to the target's max health. Recovery effects can only be activated once per turn. So this is kind of like, I believe, Requiem Roar, who, when somebody dies, when an enemy dies, you get health back. So that's kind of interesting. That could be very clutch. Now, the downside of this is it's completely useless when she's not immortal. So the way that this reads, and I feel like a lot of people are already, oh man, as soon as they're dead and she's immortal, they're deado. No, that the way that this reads, and it might change later, is that while she's immortal, they can't be resurrected. That means that if they kill her outside of immortality and then they have a maid Chloe, boom, she can bring everybody back. Same with Ruel. As soon as that immortal wears off, boom, that character is going to be coming back. So that is something to make sure that you think about. Now, this could be theoretically used. Let's say you've already, killed everybody. There's a maid Chloe. She's got a soul burn, and she's going to, soul burn S2 or S1 in then S3. And you could use this then to block that. So as long as you got immortal on, they cannot revive. So this is the interesting thing right here on what's going to be shaking up the meta. And of course, she's got a way to give herself immortality. So she gives herself immortality for 2 turns, grants increased attack and speed to all allies for the caster, except for the caster, for 2 turns. Okay, so this is really, really good because she can also work as your attack buffer. She can work as a speed buffer. You could put a Sid right after her. You get the increased speed. Boom, he's doing even more damage, and she's immortal, so they're not doing anything. Now, one thing here is I've seen a lot of people talk about how you want to make her fast and then just pop this off right out of the gate. There are so many characters right now in the game that can strip buffs that I feel like you need to use this skill strategically. you need to use it very strategically. You need to be like, okay, I'm going to kill this crow next turn. Boom, I'm going to pop Immortal on myself. And then he can't come back through Ruel or Maid Chloe or whatever. Or if he's got that stupid artifact that just, yeah, surprise. So this is going to be one that I feel you're really, really going to need to kind of use at specific situations. So it does have 2 turns. It can be stripped. You can still be stunned. You can still be debuffed through it. So that is a big downside to this. Now, it, like I said, it does give attack and speed to everybody, which is actually really good. There's not too many skills out there that are just like, hey, you want both of these skills? We got skills on skills, just skills for everybody. So it is very beneficial to use this, and I feel like a lot of people, like I said, are going to be using it first turn, and then Valencia is going to come through, strip everything off. You know, I do think that because of the downside of there being so many strippers in the game, that she is not going to be an arena champion. You are not going to put her on defense because there will be so many ways to play around her that she's just gonna get dead. And she's such a niche character, right? Because, well, if I don't bring any revive, then she really doesn't do too much other than having a dual attack, in which case, I mean, I could just use a Kitty Clarissa or a Tamarin or a Lilius in order to provide that dual attack if that's really what I'm looking for at the end of the day. I mean, it doesn't really matter though, because this S3 is worth pulling in general, because this is probably they have been putting out some just super amazing S3s with the last couple of characters, and it is just really good. Even her S1 isn't too bad. So one of the things is that she does have less hit points than Tamarin, which means don't throw away your flat HP right side main stats, because being that she has flat health or less health than Tamarin, she will actually benefit more out of flat health than she will out of percent health. I do feel that you are going to want to build her tanky and fast, ignoring almost completely her any DPS, because like I said, as long as she has immortality up, she is going to be theoretically the double attack DPS right there. So, which will be detrimental if the other person has a Rowana, but yeah, you can just ban that or something. But anyways, I think that you want to build her speedy and you want to build her thick so that they can't just straight up kill her. I also feel like this is a character that's going to really benefit from effect resist, because if you resist those, if you resist the strips, you are in a solid spot. That is the biggest fear that she has, is getting that immortality stripped. Now, who would pair up phenomenal with her? Shooting Star Arcades, who can just give you a ton of immortality, which we'll go over and I'll show you her real quick. I'm also going to give you a couple other people that I think that she would pair very phenomenally with. So we have Shooting Star Arcades. So she can give you immortality for 1 turn. When you're not dead, you get it for 2 turns, or you for 3 turns and 2 random buffs. So that's 4 turns. So theoretically, you could have immortality up on her constantly. These two are going to be a pair that is going to be in every team that's going to run that is going to run these 2 units, in my opinion. So this is like probably the best character that you could get. Now, I was thinking about it earlier, and I think that one of the other characters that's going to work out really well is Captain Ricorous. Now, why do I say that? Well, that's because his S2 decreases skill cooldowns by 1 turn, meaning that you will be getting back your S3 a lot faster. You could also run, I believe, Dingo has that on his S3 as well, and you just run that with Creation Destruction, and then you just meme it all up. So those are two units that I think are really, really going to work very well with her. Do I think that Sinful Angelica is going to be just an absolute meta crushing unit? I don't think so. I think that she's good. Her animations are amazing. The double attack on her S1 is really good because you can put in units that have something on their S1. You run with a Charles, although he has really low base attacks, so it'd be kind of, anyways, you could run it with a bunch of characters that have trigger effects on their S1s, so that while she is doing that, boom, that person is defense breaking or, doing whatever it is that they need to do as the DPS. You could also theoretically use it to set up a dual attack, knowing that you're going to be using the person with the highest attack. So you set up a Falconeer Quarry to defense break somebody. Your DPS is like way, way, way back in the back, but Sinful Angelica comes through and then double attacks onto that unit, and now you have a tactical nuke going at whoever you need, and then that DPS gets to go. So I do think that she's really good. I think that she is going to be very, very good in her niche. I think that if you can get her with Shooting Star Arcades, then, that's going to be really good. The downside, like I said, is you can still get debuffed. You can still get stunned. You can get stripped. You can get hit with unbuffable. You can get all of these other things that will be very, very detrimental to her and keeping people dead. The other thing too, like I said, is if the immortality is gone, then they can just bring everybody back. It's not like an extinction where once you're dead, deado forever. So it's going to be interesting to see how this character is used. I think that running her with, about like maybe 220 speed, really high defense, really high hit points will be probably your best bet. She does have a very high defense to make up for the low hit points. So now when you see that flat health main stat on the right hand side that has all of the substats you could ever want, you have somebody to put this on. So at the end of the day, do I think that this character is a must pull? I don't think that this character is an absolute must pull, because if you're pulling on this, chances are you may have Lilbet, you may have Specimen Says. I do think that she is really good, and if you are trying to, she's going to be really good on offense in Arena because you can set everything up. In RTA, I don't know how she will work out because they can just counter ban or counter pick, and then you're kind of dunked on. Do not ever use her on defense for Arena because you're just going to get Bassard and unbuffable and dead. So that is kind of what I'm thinking when it comes to Sinful Angelica. Am I going to pull her? Absolutely, because I'm actually going for Spectre Tenebria because she is just an absolute broken unit. So go for her and Sinful Angelica if you can. So that's my take on it. Let me know if you guys like this, and I can just do these more often. I don't typically go too into depth on characters like this, but it is something that I want to get more into, talking about it, talking about my opinions on things, and seeing what you guys think. Are you guys going to be pulling for it? Let me know in the comment section. I'll probably do this on Thursday. I'll probably do these pulls on Thursday. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you later. Take it easy, homies. Peace. Cracky.